Hey, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And welcome to Dear Dijah. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I've been promising you guys that I was going to get this together for the longest. I've been saying I'm going to go live, I'm going to go live, I'm going to go live. I have some information to give. I have some thoughts and opinions to share. And I have some heart healing to do. And in the process of me saying all of that, I've had folks hitting me like, come on, where are you? What's going on? We miss you. We want you to go live. We want to hear some healing. We want to do some self-work. We want to get things done. I've actually had people run down on me in the street about healing hearts, and they saying, oh, I want to come to you for a session, but I'm nervous. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I don't know, so on and so forth, which I totally get. I totally get that, right? So I've come up with something to kind of appease everybody across the board, so we don't have to be afraid to do the work, but we also have the opportunity to get the work done. So I'm just going to ask all my folks to grab their drinks. I got my pina colada that I actually made on my own. It's really good. It's vodka, a pina colada mix, strawberry with a little bit of pineapple juice. So it definitely is the bomb.com. You take a little swig, a little taste. And let's get this show in a row. Right? So for the next maybe half hour or so, what's going to happen is I'm going to do what's called an impromptu live healing heart session, but it's basically through letter, right? Because what ended up happening is, like I was sharing with you guys before, a lot of times people were scared. They was like, oh, I want to come to a session. Oh, I want to do the healing hearts. Oh, but I'm afraid. That's a lot of what I got. I'm afraid. And I kept asking, like, what are you afraid of? Like, the sessions is nothing to be afraid about, I'm not there bullying or bothering, yelling or screaming. It's just me getting some feedback from you about you, and then helping to give you some feedback so you can make some improvements around some of the things that's been going on, right? But I see that sometimes was an issue for people because, it's not always easy when you're talking about yourself and you're sharing some of the things about yourself and your experiences, because you don't want people judging you and looking at you funny, because, all of us as a people have been through some things. We have been through some things, right? So I'm very much aware of that because I'm one of the people who has been through some things, but I did a lot of self-work, in order for me to heal. And a lot of times when I run into people in the street, they say things like to me like, Dijah, you changed, and I'm so proud of you, and you're such a different person. And I tell people all the time, I am. I did a lot of work on myself to become a different person because I wanted to be a better person. And I know back then in that space, I was not the best me that I could be. And that's definitely not something that I aspire to. I definitely want to be the best version of myself. So you guys got to excuse me. This hair is driving me crazy. So anywho, Dear Dijah, I put out a couple of weeks ago. It's just basically me giving people, especially the ones who are nervous to do a healing heart session, the opportunity to send in letters to me. You can either send them in anonymously or you could send them and with your name, and it gives you the opportunity to give me kind of like a recap of what your situation is or something that you want to discuss, and let me give you some feedback regarding the situation. But I decided to do this live for my YouTube channel because this would give people an opportunity to see what a healing heart session would kind of sort of look like. Of course, it's different for everybody because everybody has different situations, but it would give you an opportunity to see some of the feedback that I would be sharing, the way I share my feedback, what it looks like, the feel, everything. So if you're kind of on the fence about having your own one-on-one session, watching this will kind of let you know, oh, it looks like it's something I'm interested in, or nah, I'm not ready, or this is not something that I want to do, right? So I got an influx of letters. I was so excited because I got so many letters from people, which shocked me. The majority of them were anonymous, which I love, and I was saying to myself, wow, I just wanted to make sure I pick and choose the best ones, to read out for you guys. But I'm going to read them all out. I just was saying initially, let me pick some that I know were really, really like deep and near and dear to the heart, because, these are situations that many, many, many people can relate to. Okay, so to get things started, I'm going to take one more sip of my drink. Hello, come on now. Again, this is a pina colada with vodka, pina colada, the frozen mix, and a splash of pineapple juice with a strawberry on the side. It was homemade. It is excellent. Excellent, excellent. So, you know, in case you log on, you watch this video, make sure you get your drink, because, you know, I like the people to feel a little good when they listening to my lives, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read one of the letters. I'm only reading one tonight. I'm only reading one tonight. So if you want to hear multiple letters, that probably will happen in the future. But I think it's more fitting for me to read one at a time because I want to give the best feedback I can give. And also I don't want to be on here too long, right? Because, you know, we just want to make sure that we give this in a timely fashion. You know, sometimes some people's attention span is not long and, you know, you don't want to bore them, right? So I'm going to read the letter out loud to you. I have it here on my laptop because it got sent to me via email, and then I'm going to give the feedback. It says, Dear Dijah, I am a 32-year-old college graduate in a situationship with a man. As I know you can relate, I have been overweight my entire life. When I first met this gentleman, I was 70 pounds lighter than I am now. As time has gone on, certain things have occurred in my life. I have kind of pushed my health to the back burner, which is another letter. But I have been dealing with this man for 3 years, and even when I was 70 pounds lighter, he never took me anywhere, introduced me to anyone, and I have yet to meet his children or his family. A part of me feels like he wants to keep this as a situationship so he doesn't have to take on the responsibility of what a man in a relationship has to do. And another part of me feels he's ashamed of me because of my weight. I don't know how to approach this with him without sounding insecure, but I also am not ready to leave him just yet. I hope this all makes sense. Please help. Love, getting played while plus size. Yeah. Well, you guys know. You guys already know why I picked this one first, because I have elite amount of love and respect and admiration for my plus size sisters, because I'm one of them and have been, as a young lady said, my entire life. So I know the journey. I know a lot about the struggle. I've been through a lot of things similar to other plus size women, so I can relate. I can definitely relate. But it's a few things. It's a few things I want to touch on here. And before we even get to the situationship aspect of it or the man, I just want to touch base with my plus size sister. And the first thing I want to talk about is confidence. It's confidence, right? Because I know that a confident person more than likely lives a very happy life, right? You will have some areas that you're more confident than others, but overall, confident people live a very happy life because they walk into things feeling good about them. Like, you walk in feeling positive and like things are gonna go in your favor and things are gonna work out. And because of that, that's the same effort that you put forth in these situations to make them work in your favor and to make sure things work out. And one of the things that kind of stuck out for me here in this letter is when the young lady said in the end, you know, I don't know how to approach this with him without sounding insecure. So that means that, you know, there's some issues surrounding the confidence. And it sounds like what she was saying to me was that you don't want him to think that you are insecure. But I just want to pose the question about, what do you think about your self-esteem and your self-worth? Because one of the things that the young lady said in the letter was that she pushed her health to the back burner. And the one thing that I do know about confident people is, you know, they want to take care of, there's a lot of self-care put into almost every area of their life because they want to be the best them that they could be. And one of the areas that we all should be putting self-care into, which I know this to be true, is our health. You know, that's mental health, that's emotional health, that's physical health, that's spiritual health, that's any type of health regarding self you should be putting the most into. So the fact that you are pushing your health to the back burner says a lot about what you think about yourself. So before we even get to the gentleman and what he thinks about you, and if we were in a healing heart session, I would like to have the conversation about, what do you think about yourself? You know, because I would definitely pose the question that if you love yourself and you care about yourself and you want to live the best you that you can, why are you not taking care of yourself? Why are you pushing your health to the back burner? You know, so that would kind of be the basis of the first part of our conversation, because I would definitely want you to do some self-work, you know, and that includes taking a good look at yourself before you even look at the situation that you're in or the person that you're in the situation with. So that would be, you know, the first topic I tackle, you know, the confidence, the self-worth, the self-esteem, how that is all connected to the situations that you put yourself in and the people that you decide to deal with, and how, if it's not at its highest potential, how we could get you to a point to where you're living a life of feeling good about yourself and then putting that good into yourself, you know. So that would kind of be the basis, the first part of my healing heart session with my girl, my plus size sister. The second piece I want to speak to is the piece about the situationship, right? Because I'm a firm believer that in any relationship that you are in, you can dictate the flow of how things go. And the reason why I say that is not because you can control anybody else or you can tell anybody else what to do, but you can control yourself and you can control what you allow others to do to you. So if you enter, it doesn't matter to me how you enter the relationship, whether you entered it as a side person, whether you entered it as, oh, we're just going to be screwing, having sex and nothing more, however you entered it, at the point in which you felt like you wanted something different or something more, you should have the confidence to say that to that person. You should also have the confidence to be able to walk away if they cannot offer you that, you know? But again, if confidence and self-worth and self-esteem is something that you're struggling with, then of course you will not be able to do these things in this type of situation. So I always tell people, you know, you get to dictate what you want in any relationship, in a work relationship, in a family relationship, in a romantic relationship. You get to dictate how you're being treated, because you can either stay or you can either walk away. I have my favorite saying that I tell people all the time: the best don't stick around when they're treated poorly. The desperate do. So I'm gonna say that again: the best do not stick around when they are treated poorly. The desperate do. You know, and because we want to get you to a space, if you're not there, to be in 100% confident in self, you would know in that space you're never desperate. You're the best, right? So that's another one of the things that I wanted to talk about. And that would be a second piece of the healing heart session. We would talk about how to now maneuver that confident piece into the people that you're engaging with and the relationships that you're engaging in, right? You know, and again, you can always have more. You can always have more if you want more. You just have to let the person know, this is what I'm interested in now. Because maybe you did walk into the situation feeling like, you know, I'm not here to fall in love or build a future with you. I'm just trying to get to know you and have fun. But the moment in which anything changes regarding the original agreement that y'all came up with, you can share that. You can share that. You can share that. And if the person is not interested in making those changes with you, that's okay. You can't force them to do anything, but you're also not being forced to stay in that situation. And once your confidence is up and you know what you're worth, you will not allow yourself to stay in a situation like that. You will tell yourself, it's been nice. I definitely have feelings for you and care about you and love you, but I have a goal that I'm trying to reach in a romantic relationship, and you're not trying to go in that same direction. You know, and don't get me wrong, these things are very much easier said than done. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, you just jump up one day and say, oh, I'm not having this shit and just did. No, you definitely go through the motions of it, because when your feelings is involved, it's a big compromise. It's a big compromise. But when you are 100% solid in who you are and what you deserve, you don't let nobody deter you from getting that, you know. And if you're in a situation where a person is not giving you those things, then the ultimate decision is, no matter how long it needs to take, if they can't offer that, you have to go. Because you will spend the rest of your life in misery trying to get them to do what you want them to do. When not only do they have choices, you have choices as well. And I remember I always tell people, one of my favorite A Different World episodes was I watched, I don't know if you guys remember this, Gina. Gina was on there, and she was like one of the loudmouth girls on A Different World, used to talk all her junk, and one of the popular ones, and she was dating, like they had a rap on there. She was dating him, he was putting his hands on her. And the other, like Jada Pinkett and them, they had all found out, and they wanted somebody to speak to Gina because she was in denial about it. And they went to Whitley, and because Whitley was like the dorm resident director or something at the time, and they went to Whitley, and Whitley pulled her to the side, and she said, I want to talk to you. And she pulled her in the room, and she said, you know, I hear that this is what's going on, and you're a beautiful girl, and you deserve better, and you don't need to allow yourself to be treated like that. And I think at this time, Whitley was probably dating Byron or Dwayne. She was dating somebody. So Gina looked at her, and she said, yeah, you would say that because you have somebody. And I remember Whitley took the glasses off of Gina's face, and she looked at her, and she said, I do. And her name is Whitley. And I always tell women that you should always choose you. You should always choose you. You should always choose you. And anybody that loves you and cares about you will choose you as well. They will put your feelings first. They would take into consideration how you feel. They will want the best for you, and they would do the best by you because of that. But if you're sticking around in a situation and you're allowing someone to do whatever makes them happy, and it doesn't contribute to your happiness or your well-being in any shape, form, or fashion, then you're only doing yourself a disservice. You know, and at the end of the day, if you have a romantic interest or not, you always have you. You always have you. And you should always choose you. You know, God will take care of the rest. Okay. What was another area I wanted to touch on in the letter that she said? I was gonna say, I know you shared that you didn't want him to look at you as being insecure if you approached him about this, but I think that he may already view you in that sense, kinda. That's why he does the things that he does. So I think that working on your own confidence will help you to get to a point where you're approaching without feeling anything, because that's not what it is. You know, if I'm approaching you to let you know that I'm having an issue about the way I'm being treated, it has nothing to do with my weight, because I'm not insecure about my weight. It has nothing to do with anything else. It has nothing to do with my insecurities as a whole, because I don't have any. It's me approaching you about something that I need, and then seeing if you can give that to me, you know. And if he's a real man, he would understand this is not about no insecurities. This is about you wanting more from me. And if he's a real man, he will be honest and let you know if he can or cannot give that to you. You know, but that's only part A. That's only part A of the healer work. I mean, my plus size sister, what she said your name was getting played by plus size. You're not getting played. You're not getting played. You're not at all getting played. You're not at all getting played. What you're doing is transitioning through an experience that's really going to show you who you are. You know, and as I said, if you get into taking care of yourself, because you said you push your health to the back burner, and doing what's best for you, then you will know who you are and what you want, and you will go after that. So you're not getting played. You're not getting played, no matter the age, because I seen you list in the beginning you were 32. I'll be 39 next month. No matter the age, we all have to transition through situations to let us know who we are in every stage of your life. So no, you're not getting played. You're transitioning through a relationship, through a situation that's showing you who you are and who you're meant to be. The goal here is to figure everything out for you and do what's best for you. God will make everything else fall in alignment. All right, so we got through our first Dear Dijah letter. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's just, and again, this is just a snippet of what a Healing Heart session will look like, right? So I would have shared all of this in the session, but I will focus on one core part, because I kind of moved around a lot, because, you know, we're talking about the letter in its entirety. But the main thing for me working with my plus size sister would have been the conversation about her confidence. The conversation about her confidence and where it is in terms of her thoughts, because I could say what it sounds like to me because of what she shared, but I would like to genuinely know what she would have been feeling. And then I would also like to genuinely know, like I always tell people, I never look at what's wrong with people, I look at what happened to you. So if you're allowing certain things to continue in this situation, what's happened in the past to cause this behavior to be okay? Because if it was, you would never be writing in. So clearly it's not. Let's talk about it. So that's pretty much what a Healing Heart session looks like in, in its rare form. It's the same. We would be in my home. It would be very quiet. It would be very comfortable if we're doing a face-to-face session. And it will also be me just giving you the tools to start to live a better life. Start to live a better life. I always share with people, and I'm not going to go into it now because I always go into it, but I always share with people that, I've been in that space. I cried myself to sleep. I was miserable. I declined my health. Like, all of these things I did because at that time, my self-worth was in the toilet. My self-esteem was in the toilet, and I wasn't sure. No, let me not lie. I was sure who I was. I wasn't sure that the world would accept that person. So I was in pain trying to conform to everything else that everybody else was being instead of just being myself and having a confidence to just be me. So it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not at all easy. But I tell you what, it's doable and it's worth it. So I always tell people, if you're scared to come to a session, this here is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. If you're still intimidated by it, I understand. I always ask my people to come when they are ready. Come when you're ready. Don't let nobody push you. Don't let nobody force you. Don't let nobody pay for a session for you. Don't let anybody gift you a session. No, come when you are 100% ready. Okay? So my plus size sister, I hope I was able to shed some light on some of the things that you discussed here in this letter. And I also hope to hear from you again in the future, because again, this letter is anonymous. So I hope to hear from you again in the future. I hope we really do get to work together to do some self-work. I'm actually really anticipating that happening, because my favorite work to do is with my plus size sisters, because I'm so familiar with that territory, So, and I also hope and pray that any other woman experiencing this, plus size or not, because this situation does not only fit a plus size person. I know many women who have gone through this type of struggle. So if any woman has experienced this, I hope that this touched you in some way as well, And if you need more feedback for your specific situation, then again, I'm here. So let me give you guys some way to reach me. I was allowing people just to email their Dear Dijah letters, but I don't think that should only be an option. So you're allowed to send them through Facebook. My name is Khadijah Allen on Facebook, KhadijahAllen, Khadijah Allen on Facebook. If you want to inbox it, that's fine. My email address is operationheal100hearts, hearts with an S, the number 100 @gmail.com. Okay. My Twitter is heal100hearts. My Instagram is operationheal100hearts. Again, that's with an S. And if you want to text me, my number is 917-592-3638. I let everybody know I will be doing this work for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, because healing is a lifetime journey for me. And if I can do it and get to a space where I feel so much better about myself and so happy, then I want to be able to assist anybody, man, woman, or child, to be able to transition and do the same thing if I can. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you send in more of your Dear Dijah letters. I'm so excited about it. Get your good old pina colada, because I have a few more letters to read coming up. Thank you.